Now from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Texting while driving, some of us have done it or have seen others do it.
And right now, you have to be pulled over for breaking a different traffic rule to get in trouble for texting behind the wheel.
A bill that would make it illegal is making its way through Tallahassee, but some say a troubling consequence could come along with the new law.
News Channel 5 Jason Hackett is live in the newsroom to explain. Jason?
Well, Jay and Ashley, the bill just passed through its second subcommittee a few hours ago. It's receiving widespread praise, but not from everybody. Everyone has a close eye on the texting while driving bill moving through the state legislature.
It's probably going to save some lives, so it's a good thing.
Including John Kazanjian, president of the Palm Beach County Police Benevolent Association. Kazanjian is currently in Tallahassee, attending committee discussions about the bill. He told me he's making sure the PBA is in the middle of it all.
There was a couple of representatives that had some questions and maybe a couple of issues.
One of those issues, several African-American lawmakers have expressed concern that the law will give more enforcement power that could lead to racial profiling. It was an issue last year as well, as a bill stalled in a subcommittee because of those concerns. This year, the bill includes language requiring officers to tell the driver they don't have to hand over their phones. But for some, including the American Civil Liberties Union, it's not enough. They cite studies which show racial disparities already exist in traffic law enforcement, including a study in 2014 that shows black motorists are already 3 times more likely to be stopped and ticketed in Palm Beach County.
Listen, there's no way that this is going to be any racial profiling.
Kazanjian pushed back on those concerns.
If he follows you or she follows you around, for a couple of minutes, most likely you're going to commit an infraction if they really wanted to pull you over.
And I reached out to several of our lawmakers today, but because they are in session, they were not available to comment. The bill must pass through several more committees before it makes it to the House floor for debate. Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.
All right, rain on the radar tonight and more on the way. All coming in off the Gulf Stream in the Bahamas. Some heavy rain cells that are set to move into South Florida as we roll through the early evening. The rain has already arrived through Martin County all the way down into, West Palm now. And a couple of pretty heavy rain cells coming in along the coastline around Port of Palm Beach, Singer Island, Palm Beach Shores, and Riviera Beach. And then the trailing end, the north end of this, is around Hutchinson Island, Jensen Beach, and Port St. Lucie. And you can see what's going to happen from West Palm south into Boca. It's going to rain, so expect at least some wet roads out there through the evening hours. And we do see a massive change in our weather as we head toward the weekend, and cooler weather too. We'll talk about it coming up.
Just in, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office responds to a federal appeals court decision that throws out a $22 million jury verdict against the department. 2 out of 3 appeals court judges say erroneous jury instructions are the reason for this decision. In a statement, PBSO tells us it is pleased that the district court agreed with them when they argued the jury instructions deprived Deputy Adams Lynn the ability to defend himself against claims that he used excessive force. In 2016, a federal jury found Deputy Lynn had no reason to shoot Dontrell Stevens only seconds after stopping Stevens for riding his bicycle on the wrong side of the road. PBSO says Deputy Lynn reasonably mistook a cell phone that Stevens held in his hand for a firearm and, fearing for his life, shot Stevens. Stevens was shot 4 times at close range. According to the appeals court decision, during the trial, Stevens argued he was holding a cell phone to his ear prior to the stop. Deputy Lynn claims he never saw the cell phone. Stevens' attorney says he is extremely disappointed in the decision and is prepared to go to trial again. The only remaining claim against PBSO is a state law battery claim for excessive force, which has a cap of $200,000. That has not been overturned. The appeals court has ordered a new trial. Back to you.
Sam, thank you. New information tonight in this video that sparked outrage on social media. This morning, all 3 men involved pled not guilty. They face several charges, including felony animal cruelty. Video of the shark being dragged behind a speeding boat went viral last summer after it was posted on social media. If convicted, the men could face 5 years in prison, up to $10,000 in fines.
Almost 24 horses found slaughtered. The animals stuffed in bags and dumped near a farm in northwest Miami-Dade. Tonight, Omar Lewis reports on the discovery, and we do want to warn you what you're about to see is disturbing.
It's like this whole area is just a graveyard. That's what's alarming to me.
It's a disturbing case of horses discovered, slaughtered, and dumped. The Animal Recovery Mission got the call early Wednesday morning from a woman feeding stray dogs in northwest Miami-Dade near 17,000 Northwest 129th Avenue.
She saw a chihuahua gnawing on something, so she went to have a look, and it was a leg of a horse. It's not uncommon in this area.
Animal Recovery Mission investigators found 20 to 30 bags with horse body parts inside, littered along the road.
And then we just slashed them open, and then it was tails and hooves and skulls and, yeah.
They believe the horses were killed off-site and dumped along the dirt road. Because they were dismembered, the exact number of horses discovered is unknown at this point.
So they're taking every bit of meat. So it's horse meat for human consumption, but it's also they're being used for ritual ceremonies like Santeria, Palomaombe.
It's ridiculous that they do these, this to these animals.
People who live and work in the area say discovering slaughtered horses has unfortunately become common.
I noticed yesterday the bags and all the turkey vultures are hanging around. I was like, wow, I hope it's not horses again.
According to Animal Recovery Mission, the horses are often stolen, many of them either pets or racehorses. They're now working with law enforcement to catch whoever is responsible.
It's a huge commodity, a huge demand. It's very underground, though. It's illegal. We made it illegal.
That was Omar Lewis reporting. Now, we will bring you updates on this story as they become available.
Tonight, Governor Rick Scott is praising the Trump administration for preventing drilling off the coast of Florida.
I want our beaches to be pristine. I want to keep our coast pristine. We've got to do everything we can to take care of our environment.
The announcement came last night, just a week after Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke moved to allow drilling off the eastern seaboard. Governor Scott said he immediately opposed it and called for a meeting with Secretary Zinke.
Now, turning to a developing story here just before dawn, U.S. immigration agents raided dozens of 7-Eleven stores across the country to check workers' immigration status, including a Palm Beach County store, according to our partners at the Palm Beach Post. Now, no one was arrested here, but several arrests were made across the country. The raid is described as the largest operation against an employer under Donald Trump's presidency. And last night, a federal judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration's plan to get rid of DACA. That's the immigration policy allowing people who came to the U.S. as minors illegally to stay for 2 years and then get a work permit. We spoke with a local immigration attorney about what this means.
Many of the individuals who are coming into the United States come from very, very dangerous areas of the world, and in areas like Central America, in Haiti, and places like that is where a lot of these individuals are coming from. And it's not only inconvenient for them to go back, they risk their lives. They're going back to cultures and countries that they don't know and that are very dangerous.
Lawmakers are now trying to make a deal. President Trump called the move unfair and biased. He tweeted that any deal with DACA has to include a wall on the border with Mexico. A dangerous new challenge trending on social media now. Police want to warn you about teens and these laundry pods.
Thousands of horses bringing thousands of dollars to Palm Beach County. Today, the Winter Equestrian Festival opened.
Well, if you have teens, a warning right here for you. There's a new challenge trending that could turn deadly. Police say videos posted on Twitter like this one here show laundry detergent pods being featured as food. Look, that's avocado toast, and that pod is, well, right on the avocado. Teens then take a bite out of that pod and then spit them out. Doctors are warning these chemicals, they can burn the mouth, the lips and esophagus, and the dissolvable membrane around that pod can cause central nervous system depression. Police want to warn parents about this danger and to tell their teens about it.
Battling bees, get a look at this video out of Northport. First responders worked to rescue crash victims off I-75, but had to deal with thousands of bees first. The car went airborne through a barbed wire fence, hit a tree. In the process, it drove through bee boxes on the property. Rescue crews used high-pressure foam spray to clear the area long enough to extract 2 people from that vehicle. Another rescue to tell you about, but this one a little more lighthearted. Highlands County Sheriff's Office posting this video to their Facebook page of two little kittens that got stuck in a storm drain at an elementary school. One of the officers had to get down into the drain to coax out the scared kittens. Two teachers at the school immediately gave them forever homes.
Oh, they're precious. All right, a major disagreement on the source, but a new study says sewage is to blame for the Treasure Coast algae crisis.
And a quick stop for something to eat at a Wendy's in Fort Pierce almost cost a couple $1,500, but an honest young employee made sure that didn't happen.
Rain on the radar tonight. Coming in along the coastline, more off the coast. Going to be a soggy weather pattern right into tomorrow, but changes on the way for the weekend. Full forecast coming up.
A memorial service was held today in St. Pete to remember the family who died in Costa Rica last month. The Weiss family, a mother, father, and their two children, were on board a Cessna plane when it crashed New Year's Eve. 12 people died in all in the crash. Costa Rican and U.S. investigators are working together, but say it could be months before a final report is released. Right now, they're focusing on weather conditions, mechanical failures, and human error as the primary causes of the crash.
A new FAU Harbor Branch study shows septic tanks are to blame for the 2016 algae crisis, not Lake Okeechobee discharges. While there may be a disagreement on what the main cause is, everyone can agree there are so many problems causing our water issues. As we all know, a reservoir will be built south of Lake Okeechobee to store and treat water. Lawmakers are also trying to put aside millions of dollars to help local governments move away from septic tanks.
Needs to be addressed by the state legislator, especially as population grows. This in Florida, as you know, it's the third largest population and it keeps continuing to grow. This is something that needs to be addressed on both coastlines.
Martin County leaders plan to eliminate 2,500 septic tanks within the next 5 years. An update now to a story we brought you last week. The FBI and FDLE are investigating a threat made to several universities across the state. We now know that Palm Beach State College is among those. An email was sent demanding a ransom and threatening mass shootings and bombings. Investigators do believe it is non-credible. We're still waiting to hear from Florida Atlantic University.
Boynton Beach police sharing this photo on their Facebook page. They are honoring this man, honoring him last night for trying to save a shooting victim's life. Richard Myrtle received the Citizens Appreciation Award. We reported on the shooting at Calusa Park back in November. Police say Myrtle found the victim shot in the back and put pressure on his wound. He flagged down officers and gave them information that led to the arrest of two teens in that deadly shooting.
Well, today's a big day out in Wellington. It marks the start of the Winter Equestrian Festival. On any given day, about 2,000 horses will be on the grounds, ready to compete, and for good reason. The event brings in $120 million annually to the area. WPTV News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz gives us a preview.
Hey everyone, we are here at the Palm Beach International Equestrian Center for the Winter Equestrian Festival. It gets underway today and there's plenty of excitement here. Of course, people from all across the world are here, including someone from Chicago, which is Caitlin Shields. You're very excited to be here, Caitlin. Good to see you again. How you doing?
Good to see you. Thank you. I'm good.
What's so exciting for you to be here and come back each and every year?
It's very exciting because all the top riders around the world are here, and you get to see people that you haven't seen throughout the year, and it's sunny and it's warm.
This place is a big deal, though, because it attracts people from all across the world. Can you tell people about that?
Yes. All the top international riders come to the Winter Equestrian Festival for the winter because there's top classes, you know, helping qualify for the World Cup finals and the Olympics. And so it's really exciting to be here.
And, you know, one of the most exciting things is happening this weekend, which is the Battle of the Sexes, which, by the way, the men need to step up their game, right? Tell us why you like participating in it.
The Battle of the Sexes, I think the last couple years or maybe all the years, the girls have dominated. It's a really fun class to kind of get everybody in the spirit, and it's fun for everyone.
And we're going to keep it that way, right? The girls are going to stay on top.
I believe so.
So good to see you, and come check Caitlin out. She's going to be here for several weeks, and so will other people. Again, the games last until April 1st, so you have plenty of time. And if you want to get tickets to the Battle of the Sexes, you can certainly do that, and we'll post information on WPTV.com. In Wellington, I'm Andrew Ruiz for WPTV News Channel 5.
If you are looking for a new job in the new year, Aldi wants your help. The grocery store will host a statewide one-day hiring spree tomorrow. They need to fill 400 jobs across Florida. To apply, head to any Aldi store tomorrow between 7 a.m. and noon or 1 to 5 p.m. Also, the Palm Beach County School District needs more school bus drivers. The school district's Transportation Services Department, they're holding a job fair tomorrow at 8 a.m. The starting pay is more than $14,000 an hour, $14,000. It comes with full benefits. That would be a pretty rich position.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, road closures, they have begun ahead of this weekend's Stewart Boat Show. The closure affects Northeast Dixie Highway between Sailfish Circle and Wright Boulevard. The roads will reopen on Monday. And you can expect some road closures in Jensen Beach this weekend for the Fine Art and Craft Show. Northeast Jensen Beach Boulevard will be closed from Northeast Pineapple Avenue all the way to Northeast Indian River Drive. That starts first thing Saturday morning, and it'll end Sunday night at 9.
We've got a lot of weather on the radar right now.
Yeah.
Steve, turn right over to you.
Yeah, it's soggy out there. Rain gear needed, and more on the way. A couple of big fronts headed into South Florida, too. Here's a look at it. All right, there's a look at the radar, and heavy rain starting to work in across southern Palm Beach County now, all the way from West Palm down into Boca del Rey and Highland Beach. Let's get down into some neighborhoods and show you what's going on. Look at how it's just all bubbling up. And there are a few lightning strikes here. Lightning counter picking up. And actually, if you look closely, you can see them fire up here on the radar. So this is all pulling in there. Boynton Del Rey, Boca. It's not raining yet. It will be in the next 20 to 30 minutes. There's a look at northern Palm Beach County, pretty much from West Palm north into Jupiter and Cuesta and the Gardens. This line of rain working through, so it'll taper off in the next half hour, but it's not going to come to an end through the overnight. We have more on the way, and all the way up through the Treasure Coast. There's our strongest cell there, just off Hutchinson Island, and you can see the weather pattern is for more to fire up, and you'll also notice that it really brightens up with the chance for a thunderstorm or two. Temperatures are still in the 70s, and we don't cool off much through the evening. So expect some wet weather if you're heading out this evening, and we have temperatures dropping just a couple of degrees. But we do fall overnight. We'll see at least some clearing, and we'll see some overnight fog. We had extensive fog last night, and we'll see more. It could be definitely around the lake, but some of that will work toward the coastline just before dawn, and it'll be an issue for morning commuters. So there's 11 p.m. Still the model showing some rain. 8:30, lots of clouds, still some showers. Still unsettled through tomorrow. You'll notice the model's bringing a little drier air late in the day, so tomorrow evening may not be too bad. But then on Friday, again, more showers mixed in with a little sunshine. Finally, we're going to turn off the tap on Saturday with a series of cold fronts. The first one arrives on Saturday morning, and that'll bring us cooler air. The second one works through Sunday morning, and that turns cool into cold as we drop down into the 40s for overnight lows on Sunday night. All right, small craft caution for boaters. That's really just out the inlets. Seas running about 2 to 5 feet, could be higher offshore. 67 overnight. A soggy evening on the way. Temperatures tomorrow up into the high 70s. Feels like summer out there. Some morning fog. It lifts quickly, and then some showers mixed in with some sunshine, and 80 by Friday. And then our first front drops us down to 72 Saturday, and 67 the high on Sunday. Overnight lows will be in the 40s. A real chill in the air once again.
All right, Steve, thank you. Well, still to come on News Channel 5 at 5:30. Cheap flights. As you start planning ahead to spring and summer vacation, you can find good deals on airfares if you act fast.